was this one very wholesome interaction that I had in the drive-thru, because this guy, I swear he'd come there every single day for lunch. He worked at the hospital, and so I normally worked the lunch rush, so I kept seeing him repeatedly, and I worked like 3 days out of the week, so I'd see him a lot, and he always ordered the exact same thing. And it got to the point where, well, first of all, I like chopped all my hair off, like it was down to my shoulders, and he came through the drive-thru one day and he was like, "Oh, you got a haircut, it looks nice." And I was like, "Aw, thanks." You know, I'm like 18 years old. This guy works at the hospital. He's got to be in his 20s. But I was like, that's sweet of you to notice. So I was like, I feel like since you noticed my haircut, we can be on a first name basis now. I was like, I'm Kat. He was like, I'm Clark. Clark, if you're listening.
Not Clark and Kat.
I'm sorry for the end of this story. I felt jilted.
Oh,
anyway, so.
Beep.
So what's funny is I was dating a very toxic individual at this point. So so I joked about it being like my drive-thru romance, and this person did not appreciate that. I was like, oh my gosh, it's a joke. But anyway, so it got to the point because he always ordered the same thing. So
drive-thru romance sounds pretty bad. Just so we're aware.
It's a little.
I think we just can start our second business.
Yeah. Do you have any TRIFLIX romances?
Not yet.
But it got to the point because he always ordered the same thing. He'd start his order and I'd be like, "It's okay, Clark, you can just pull forward, I got it." So I'd like, go ahead and put his order in. But we did this thing where you could donate to Camp Sunshine, and I was really good at this. My tactic might be a little questionable, but
Ethics.
But my manager said it was a great way to raise money. So I
so the manager was like, "You're Gucci."
Yeah.
You had a full approval from Tropical
deductions, baby.
Smoothie Incorporated.
So so normally when you like are in a drive-thru in a restaurant and they're like raising money for something, they're like, "Would you like to donate to whatever?" And you're like, "No," because you don't know what it is. But I would always go, "Hi, your total's whatever," when they got to window, and I'd be like, and then I would be like, "Do you know what Camp Sunshine is?" And they'd be like, "No." And I'd be like, "Well, it's a camp for children with life-threatening illnesses to go to with their families. Would you like to make a donation?"
Nope.
And at that point, you're a terrible person if you don't donate.
Oh, dude, isn't there like a Key and Peele sketch on that too? Like going to a store and like they just keep like. They keep asking you, and then they like pull out the megaphone, and they're like, "This gentleman, would you like to continue checking out without donating to Camp Sunshine?" No, it's South Park. That's who it is.
I was gonna say, I know I've seen it somewhere.
And then like the whole store is just aware that you wouldn't donate to help, as you put it, like starving children with crippling needs and like whatever.
I got almost like $1,000 in donations in a summer doing that. So
was it a roundup system, or did they pick an amount?
You could round up, you could pick an amount, but we also had 52 free smoothies for a year. I can't remember how much you had to donate for that, but it was actually like the amount was actually less than 52 smoothies. So this person came through the drive-thru like every single day for lunch, and so I was like, "Hey, I don't know if you'd be interested, but we're doing this whole fundraising bit, and the 52 smoothies for a year thing is technically cheaper than buying 52 smoothies each time you come in." And I was like, "So would you be interested in donating?" And he was like, "I'll think about it." And I was like, "Okay, cool." So I asked him again the next time I saw him, and I asked him again the next time I saw him, and every time he'd be like, "I'll think about it." And I'm like, "Okay."
You're like, "Dude, you're not thinking about it at all."
You do that.
You're like, "You've been here 52 times."
Right? And I was basically like, like in the long run, it would save you some money. Like, I know it's a lot to throw out there at once, but good deed, saving you money. Anyway.
How much would it be?
I can't remember.
Oh, gotcha. I was just curious with the donation.
I can't remember what it was. I wish I could. But one day, it dawned on me that I hadn't seen this person in a long time in the drive-thru, and I was like, did I scare him away? I'm like, because if he had said no, I would have like never asked him again.
Yeah, right.
He just kept thinking.
He just wanted to think about it more.
I'm like, come on, just have the guts to say no, okay? Anyway.
Right, stop telling me to think about it. I know you're not thinking about it.
But so one day,
start getting more and more aggressive. Sorry.
One day after this had dawned on me, it was in the middle of the lunch rush, and the drive-thru was backed up so far that like I couldn't take orders, and so I like turned around to do something, and I saw this man placing his order inside with inside.
Ooh.
So he jilted me. I felt very jilted.
And the cashier goes, "Would you like to donate?"
He was like, no.
Now what's very funny
I'm
is
thinking.